Hey, happy Monday, y'all. We got another close one. I'm still working on getting the angles, but you know what? On what are we in? Are we in week 4? This is episode 15. I think we're in week 4. Happy Monday, everybody. We are back around again with another P. Damn, I didn't refill my wine. Yeah, it's like wine o'clock every hour. Baby, shit is thick out here. Shit is real out here. So all right, let's get into it. Welcome to Get Paid with Creative Nomad. I, of course, am your Creative Nomad, Shalanda Elise. Thank you for tuning in, you guys. Happy Friday. Happy Pride Month. It is, and if you guys don't know, if you're new to my channel, we represent everything on this channel. Everything with being humane and humanity and respecting and honoring all human beings for their truth. We represent it here on this channel. So happy Pride Month. Yes, happy Revolt 2020, baby. Happy Revolution 2020. Yes, shit is going down. We are the ancestors, all of us. So I'm excited about this episode because we're talking about patience. And baby, I'm a Libra. So if you think you know where I'm going to go with patience, you're probably going to be wrong. You're probably going to be wrong. So welcome. Let's get into it. I want to start by reading you guys the dictionary definition of patience, which I like a lot. So the dictionary describes patience as the capacity to accept or tolerate delay, trouble, or suffering without getting angry or upset. Now, first of all, don't this sound like a motherfucking violent oppressor wrote this? I mean, let's just keep it 1,000. It sounds like somebody with their foot on somebody else's neck wrote the definition of patience. I know it's not just me, so we just gonna keep it moving. Now, the reason I like that is because, in a nutshell, that is one angle of looking at patience. And baby, when I tell you, the Black American and the humane American has been very patient with this government and this whole white supremacist regime. We have implored the ultimate patience, and I think every single brown, Black American descendant of slaves, and every single brown indigenous person, every single brown Mexican person, every single motherfucking tan Asian person, every single olive complected Italian European person should be the epitome of patience with this fucking country and this government. But here's how we're going to spin it, because this is the Get Paid with Creative Nomad show. So the way we are talking about patience is, on one hand, exactly how the dictionary defines it, and how we've done our due diligence, and now we can put that part of patience to the side, right? And get busy with the get busy and get down with the get down. You hear me? And I'll break that down for all my very white, humane subscribers. But y'all probably already know what I mean, for real, because y'all are humane and y'all are like, you know what? Y'all need to motherfucking tear that bitch up. Y'all need to revolt and rebuild, and power to the people. The people. Power to the people. Let's get power back to the people, okay? We've been patient. We've been very patient. Now, when it comes to building our economics, when it comes to getting paid, when it comes to building up our finances, our self-esteem, our confidence, right? Because this isn't going to be easy. We need to have patience when it comes to establishing our business. We need to have patience. Here's what I wrote for patience. One aspect of it: enjoy learning through the journey. Don't rush the process. This can be used for and against us, right? The oppressor can use this against us, right? Like, enjoy having my boot on your neck. Enjoy the process. You learn from it. Learn how to be a better slave. Learn how to be a better low-class citizen. Fuck that. That's not what we're on. That's not what we promote. That's not what this show is about. You guys already know. So, enjoy the learning process of growing your business, growing into your confidence, your self-esteem. You know, I spoke about failure in weeks 1 or 2 of the show. Failure is your stepping stones. Failure is your answers to the quiz that you got wrong. You analyze what happened. You analyze your failures to know how to do it differently the next time you go out. So the way we're using patience is to learn from it and enjoy the process. Grow through this process. Don't rush it. Do not rush it. Everything has its time. Just like it's time to now give power back to the people. So we've been patient long enough. Now it's time for us to be patient with ourselves, right? And to know where we need to place our patience. We're done being patient with the government, with the police, with the state and federal, officials that are sworn in to uphold the laws that will protect the people. Now we need to transmutate that patience, redirect that patience to ourselves to get our economy up. The low class, the low class citizens, the ones living below the poverty line, the low class, middle class, working class people. We all now need to be patient in the fact that in order to build our economy, we have to be patient with growing our business. We have to be involved socially. We have to get out of obscurity. No one knows us. Everyone fucking knows Coca-Cola. Everyone knows Nike. They know Adidas. No one knows us. But we can make a huge impact if we are patient and diligent and resilient, and we desire to make this shit happen, and we believe that we can. This is why patience is absolutely necessary in this whole process of getting paid. You want to have confidence. You want to become a more confident person within yourself. You have to have patience with yourself to know that you are giving it your all. When you make a mistake, you actually analyze it and learn from it. You don't just blow it off to say, oh, it wasn't meant to be. No, you analyze it. You figure out what to do differently next time. This is patience. This is determination. This is accountability. This is progress. Y'all see how it all comes back together? It all, and at the end of the day, it's all within our control and within our power. And what that will reveal to us is how much in this country, in this government, is within our power. And then once we build our self-esteem and our confidence in being able to believe in ourselves and achieve our goals and follow our plan through to fruition, to reality, now we will be able to confidently take these positions of office. They are regular people just like we are, only they have the wrong intentions for the citizens of this country. They have the wrong fucking intentions. We need more black and brown faces in these local, state political offices. That should be us in there. This is our country. That needs to be us in there. These heavily melanated faces that really are, that really do love this country and love the citizens of this country and the law-abiding citizens and immigrants that want to come to this country. So we have to now be patient with ourselves and be diligent and determined and resilient to see these things through. The next thing I wrote down is being able to see the task through to completion without weary, without getting weary. We're going to get tired. We're going to even second guess ourselves, but do not get weary to the point to where you give up and you go back home and you say, I'm done. This doesn't make a difference. We're not making a difference anyway. Baby, we are making a difference. We are making a difference. We are getting into prominent areas now. Everyone has a role to play in this revolution, in this revolt. Everyone, it cannot be one peaceful, big-ass march. We're all just sitting targets. If they decide to drop shit from them helicopters and we're all in one place, no. So this is all being orchestrated around the country, and we're employing the Cassius Clay, the motherfucking Muhammad Ali's tactic of running them around the ring, running our opponent, our oppressor around the ring, getting them tired, right? So we have the one big protest. From there, you see they break off into little protests. And so the people that are vandalizing, that are setting fires, that are looting, that is their role. This is making an impact. Do not prevent them. We can rebuild. All of us melanated people that are out here that are fighting for our injustice and our fucking humanity because we've been treated so inhumanely. All of you guys that are standing with us Black Americans who've been saying the same thing since, we're not even going to go back to the last 2 centuries. We're just going to talk about the 20th century. 1950s, 1960s, 1970s, 80s, 90s. We've been saying the same thing. Stop killing us. We're human. We are being patient. We are being nonviolent. We are being fucking passive. Stop killing us. We are being nonviolent. Stop killing us. We are being patient and nonviolent. Stop killing us. Now here it is, 2020, and we're still saying the same thing, but now we're saying it with motherfucking fire on the end of our torches. Now the white parents of Black sons and daughters are saying it because they wanted brown babies. Now they have them. Now those brown babies are 18, 19, 20, 16, 17, standing 6 feet tall, 5'11". Now we have the gay white boys and girls that say, you know what, when I was being bullied in school by them mean ass fucking white kids, the Black kids stood up for me. The Black kids made me feel welcome. The Black kids protected me. You see? So everyone has a role to play. Don't prevent any of the roles that are being acted out. This is a revolt. And we are revolting against a system that only knows violence and hatred. So we have to be patient with the young ones that are out there and the old ones. Because, baby, when I was out there yesterday, it was old olive skin tone people that was out there digging through what the young people were setting out as they were looting. They were setting out boxes and boxes of shit. Fuck that. No amount of insurance that you may have on your son or daughter or your mom or dad or your aunt or uncle or your friend that you genuinely befriend and love that is Black or that is Mexican or that is heavily brown, no amount of life insurance will bring that life back. These buildings can be rebuilt. They have fucking... We're not comparing the value of bricks to the value of lives. Because we're just fucking not. There is no because. We have to understand we're out here because they were killing black people and have been killing us like we're not shit. So now the fucking world is tired. The Amish is fucking tired. Anonymous has come out of the fucking woodworks. Around the world, they are now protesting in solidarity with black Americans who are the direct descendants of slaves. Do you know why? Because their capacity to accept and tolerate delay, trouble, and suffering without getting angry or upset is over. That's why. We've had enough. Our patience with you is done. Now we need to put some of that patience on ourselves and build our economy, build our business. Now we need to get in there and do whatever it takes to take over some of these local offices with brown faces whose ancestors' blood are soaked into these grounds. Now we need to get into some of these places. They didn't know anything about politics. We don't either. We're learning. But you know what we know about? We know about morals and humanity. That's what we know about. And when humanity and morals are our guide, of course, we're going to make the best decisions for the American people. Do you see what I mean? But we have to be patient with ourselves and make sure that we are learning everything through all of our processes and enjoying the journey. Enjoy what we learn more and more about certain political aspects that we did not know about as citizens and civilians. But we need to start to get ourselves in some of these offices and work our way up. Starting from the ground, we need to get our finances in order. We need to get ourselves licensed and armed and trained. These are things that as United States, born in this country for 2, 3, and 4 generations, we have the right to do, and we need to start taking advantage of our fucking rights. We are dealing with tyrants that are trying to fucking kill us all. This is not just about black and white anymore. Yes, that is how it started, right? They saw the deep skin tone of our ancestors and just deemed us inferior. Like, who the fuck are they? But now that families and dinner tables look like the fucking rainbow because we produce the fucking rainbow. Now that we've just naturally been us and been the defenders of the innocent from the 3rd grade, from the 2nd grade. We beat up the white bullies against bullying the white kid, the little white girl, or the little white boy, the little white gay boy, or the little white gay girl. It was us. And I mean specifically black Americans that defend that. It was me specifically, Shalanda Elise. It was me specifically that have beat up little white bullies in the 3rd fucking grade because they just go bullying other little white kids that are defenseless and scared of them. So now, those little kids that are now adults, they're out there with us because it's about humanity. And you motherfuckers, we're sick of you. So, that patience that we've had for this government, for this country, for these tyrants, for these state and federal officials, we're not patient anymore. So don't condemn the looters. It doesn't matter who started the fires. If those that are revolting decide to add to it, don't condemn them. We all have a role to play. When you see the overhead, the bird's eye view from the helicopters in all these different cities around the country, and it's showing how massive the peaceful protests are, how massive they are, and then you see them break out, right? And you see them at night. Think about this. These protests start during the sunlight and the daylight. The looting and all that shit, the fires, all this shit is going on during the daylight. And we're, again, the Muhammad Ali tactic. We're having Santa Monica, where I was yesterday, baby, they were all, they're driving past a place that's being actively looted and set on fire because they're already on their way to somewhere else. I know it seems fucked up, but when it comes to, I'm a black American. My great grandparents' blood, my grandparents' blood are soaked into these on free labor. These structures that have been built and have been standing for 100 years, not these fucking local lazy ass buildings that the descendants, these lazy ass white folks, then threw up in 6 months. But I mean the railroad system. My great grandparents that were born here as slaves built that. I have every right to tear this fucking place down. I have every right to burn this country to the ground because my descendants have the capability to rebuild it. Along with the indigenous, the Native Americans, the Mexicans, we can rebuild this. It's effortless. This is nothing. This is light work. But you're not going to keep treating us and murdering us in the fucking street like animals. We've been saying the same thing for 70 years. We're not even going to go to the fucking 1800s. I'm 45. When I started hearing this shit, it was only 10 and 20 years after my birth. And now it's been 55 years, 10 years older than me. So this is all still relevant, baby. This is all still relevant. This isn't ancient history. This isn't ancient history. So when you have white folks coming out on public platforms now saying, Black Americans, you need to arm yourselves. They know why they're saying it. These are allies, and like, look, I'm sick of this shit. But I'm telling you, the KKK is in every aspect. When White A&T came out and said that, when I have people emailing me telling me Black Americans need to get armed and trained, this is the revolution, baby. We thought we just read about Nat Turner. No, now we are the Nat Turners. For every white mom or dad out there that has biologically given birth through procreating with a Black American that has a Black son or daughter, it is your obligation. To every white ally out there who can befriend and who have broken bread with a Black American that they genuinely consider a friend and have confided in and told family secrets to, you have an obligation, not to us, to humanity, to put an end to these fucking tyrants that have terrorized the world. This is a baby country that we have let, that we the people have let run amok all over the fucking world. So now that we've exhibited all the patience that we can stomach for this fucking system and this government and these fucking radical murdering ass police officers, it's time for us to be patient with ourselves, but get on the grind. Like, stop bullshitting, stop procrastinating, stop being wasteful. And I'm talking to everyone that is a part of the low middle class, the below poverty line, and these crosses all color lines. I'm talking to every ally that is making $60,000 a year or less. Every thinking business owner, should I do it? Yes, you should do it. And put your dollars in the right place, back to the people. Give the power back to the people. There is more of us. There's more of us than there are of them. So we need to exhibit patience when it comes to learning about how we're going to grow our business. When it comes to the fact that we need to be out here in social media, especially if you are a small business owner. One thing my beauty school instructor told me is people do business with people they like. And we know this is like business 101. It's not a secret. And now that we're in the age of technology, now that everyone's attention, because we're in quarantine, because the non-essential businesses are just opening back up, but they're fucking broke, like they're dipping into their savings. And when I say broke, I don't mean flat busted, you don't have anything. I mean you're getting to the last of your savings, or you've now dipped into your savings. You're done with your saved up cash for your livelihood. Now you're dipping into your savings, your rainy day money. You're going into your stash. You know what I mean? So now is the time to get out there. But be patient with yourselves, but be vigilant about learning. Be vigilant about making your voice heard. Be vigilant about making sure the public knows where you stand as a business owner and where your brand stands in the midst of all this. Are you for, are you for the government or are you for the people? If you are for the people, you are planting the seeds that will reap the ultimate benefit once we win this shit. Once we conquer these motherfuckers. So be patient. That's why today's word is patience. To shed light on the fact that we've been patient enough. As a people, we've been patient enough with these fucking assholes that are trying to kill us off now. We've been patient enough with these racist parents. That's why now everyone is coming out about their racist parent or their racist grandparent. I'm talking about white, mixed. People are speaking out now because they've silently endured this shit long enough. They've vomited in their own mouths long enough. We're tired. We're human. And without us, let's just keep it 1,000. Just like I broke it down earlier to one of my young housemates, just in color theory when it comes to hair and how that still reflects to nature and to human beings. Without all of the people of color, especially us Black Americans, these white racist Europeans would not have any culture to hold on to. So while they're trying to kill us all, because now they've misappropriated our cultures, all of our cultures, they've misappropriated, and they think they got a good handle on it. But that's only while we're alive and still giving them new and fresh shit to steal, because we're the originators of it. They think they'll be able to continue it if they annihilate us, not realizing because we are the originators of it, you cannot annihilate us. If you, with us, all humanity dies. With us. Because even in color theory, the only 3 colors there are is red, yellow, and blue. From those 3 colors, we're able to make every other color, including brown. Now, white isn't a color, so no one can make white, because this here is not a color. This is devoid of color. Now, I'm talking color theory. I'm talking to you guys as a professional, licensed, trained, took out student loans, went to beauty school, graduated, passed with flying colors, worked as a professional cosmetologist. I'm a colorist. I also specialize in curly hair. So, this right here, I'm a natural level 4. The lower the number, the darker the hair color. Levels 1, 2, 3, 4. These dark levels of hair color, once you start to remove color, aka bleach, aka lighten, you'll start to see the red come through. When you color or remove or bleach or lighten your hair, you start to see the red. It goes into the brownish red, then the red, then the reddish orange, then the orange red, and then the orange yellow, and then the yellow orange, and then the pale yellow, and then the yellow white. and then the white. And within that white hair, the strand becomes much more thin because it doesn't have the layers of all these different colors to even thicken it out just a little bit. So now you have this very fragile, very thin strand of blonde, platinum, level 10, level 11, level 12, even level 9, level 8 hair, right? So then it's very brittle. You got to do extra shit to it to make it look like there's life in it because you removed all life from it. You've removed all color from this strand of hair. So it's limp, it's lifeless, it's useless. It doesn't hold anything. It doesn't hold product. It doesn't hold any other color. It doesn't hold anything because it's devoid of all life. So then this blonde hair wants to go back to a beautiful brunette, or let's say a fashionable red, or you want to be a purple, right? So now I have to deposit color. Your best bet is to go to something unnatural, like a purple. But then it's only going to be temporary, not a permanent hair color. It'll be a fashion color, a temporary, a deposit, right? A semi. So you're just putting it on there because it's so light, because it's so white. It's going to, boom, make that purple pop, make that turquoise pop. But if I want to do a brunette or a red that's not a fashion color, fire engine red, I want to do a natural redhead red, a ginger, a natural hair color red, I'm going to have to fill that blonde hair. I can't just do it in one step because there's nothing in it. So I got to put some yellow in it. So now I have to do extra work, charge an extra fee because it's going to take extra time. So I have to allot extra time in my books. So this is additional time that I cannot take another client because I have this blonde, this level 10, this level 11, this level 12, lifeless, limp, nothing in it hair that wants to be red or wants to be a brunette. So if she wants to be red, I got to put yellow in it. I have to let that sit and hold and bond. And then I have to wash that out, rinse that out, blow dry it, just to go back in with the red, with some golds in it, right? To make it dimensional and also add more to it. If she wants to be a brunette, I have to go in with a red orange. It's just still one process, but now I'm using a red orange. I'm using something that has some yellows and some reds in it. Because once I rinse this out, wash this out, dry it, and go in with that beautiful caramel brown, that beautiful chocolate brown with some caramel undertones in it, it has to have something to be able to hold what was removed when she wanted to be a fucking level 10, 11, or 12. All the colors that you saw come out. So while they're trying to kill us all, they're not realizing that without us, they die. Without us, the whole of humanity dies. So this is why I'm imploring you guys to have respect for every level of this revolt. There's the peaceful protesters that are making mad noise. And there are the active that are tired of being peaceful that are now broken off from the peaceful protest. And we're going to tear up shit. We're going to get attention of the motherfuckers in Santa Monica. Because now we're tearing up your shit. Not to just tear up shit and make noise, but to make you feel what we've been feeling and to get your attention. We've been patient long enough. And you're still killing us. You're still terrorizing the world. You're still terrorizing your reporters. United States reporters get arrested live on CNN reporting on United States soil. This is what we're up against. When have you ever seen that? If there are any baby boomers that are on here live or that will watch this in the replay, when have you seen this happen? U.S. journalists get arrested live on the air while showing their credentials while announcing multiple times that they are with the media and get arrested in the U.S. on United States soil. So you see how it's counterproductive to discourage the looters and the fire setters. This is a revolt. Did the U.S. discourage any tactic that they employed when they were fighting against the Brits to gain control of this country? And if they did, they probably killed the motherfucker on their team that was opposing them. That's how they won and got control. So everyone is playing their part, you guys. This is a fucking revolution. And when we said it will not be televised, that's what we mean. Because they're not telling the truth about what's happened. You know who's televising the real shit that's going down? Those of us that are out there. CNN, NBC, ABC, Fox, all the rest of those fuckers. They're not. They're not. Getty Images is a part of the top 1% richest motherfuckers controlling this shit. That's a huge part of the media. So don't discourage any aspect of what's going on. We've been patient enough. The entire world has been patient enough with this baby-ass country. The entire world has been patient enough. And this baby-ass country has thrown this, and this fucking unfit commander-in-chief, they've thrown tantrums long enough. So, let's redirect some of that patience onto us while we build our economy. We get into some of these local and state offices, these state and federal offices, starting with the state, whether it's alderman, senator, governor, mayor. We need to start getting into these positions. If we don't get in once, it doesn't matter. Keep fighting. Next election year, we'll get in. The next caucus, we'll get it. This is where we need to start to make our way in. This is a revolt. This is a revolution. We are trying to overthrow this motherfucker. So that means we're the ones that need to start being in office. We're the ones that need to start being in there. The next job you apply for, that's what it needs to be. Alderman, mayor, city council. That's what I'm looking. That's what we all need to be looking at. And then next to that, the ones on the street. But don't discourage. Let them tear up a dozen police cars. That's 12 less police cars out there running us over. How does that not make sense? How does that not work in our favor? How does that not work in our favor? Let them burn these fucking places down. Because you know what? First shall be last, and last shall be first. We need some rightful business owners for these stores that will not fucking profile us when we walk in, that will welcome us and say thank you and hi when we walk into these fucking stores. We're walking into places that don't even welcome us, but because we're hungry, we spend our money in there anyway. And these motherfuckers don't even say hi. Or they send people to follow us around. And because we don't have any alternative, we spend our money in there anyway. Because we won't put that patience on us to make this our business. To get our business together. This needs to be our priority. We need to have patience with ourselves to see this through. Do you see what I'm saying? And we've been patient on the other end long enough. We've been patient long enough. We have shown our patriotism. We've shown how much we've loved this fucking country. Black Americans, Mexicans, the indigenous natives that watch all these fuckers walk around, we've shown our patriotism. So you guys, you have to stop discouraging every aspect of the revolt. Everyone is playing their part. Everyone is playing their role. Think about how NASCAR got started from prohibition and running from these fucking cops and souping up their vehicles to make them faster. Don't we want that to be us instead of these KKK cracker motherfuckers? That can be us. NASCAR started how? So don't discourage. Don't keep sending that same narrative that the fucking media is sending out, calling them thugs, and we're battling against the fucking thugs. The government is the police are the goddamn thugs. You guys remember when New York, when the police went on strike to show how important they were and how drastically crime went down when those motherfuckers got their asses off the fucking street? Do you guys remember that when New York did that? So let the looters loot. Let the peaceful protests keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger in each city around this fucking country. Let the flames get bigger and bigger and bigger, because when they set a blaze to Black Wall Street, they didn't give a fuck. 300 less niggers to even worry about. And the 80-something niggers that they sent to the hospital, they probably don't have it recorded that they went to the motherfucking hospital, and you know how many pillows they probably shoved over heads in them fucking hospitals? And they didn't, we're dealing with an immoral class of people that are in charge, and we're trying to overthrow them. We're sick of this shit as the whole of humanity. There's no class, there's no ethnicity, there's no nationality, there's no group of people that inherently are as fucking evil as the forces that we're dealing against. White supremacy is the ultimate evil. That's why only a white supremacist, a KKK, a cracker racist motherfucker can stab someone 119 times. Motherfucker, I'm tired after 5. How immoral and inhumane can I be to stab someone's body so bloody? To shoot a human body, to shoot flesh 76 times? Who else can do these types of things? We cannot keep repeating that same false narrative. Don't keep calling your fellow revolutionaries thugs. Don't keep stopping them. Their patience has run out as well. They've been in the lines of the peaceful protest. Now they're part of the ones that are breaking off and making a different type of noise. That's why we're now getting into these prominent white areas that we're not welcomed and have not been welcomed anyway. And that includes the immigrants that they allowed in, that they gave tax credits to open up businesses, that they set into these minority areas that they told to stay away from, and they placed right in the middle of these areas. They still don't allow them into these areas. When we build ourselves up to a certain class, a certain stature, we've gotten ourselves financially independent and responsible enough, we still have to jump through their rings of fire to even be welcomed into these fucking neighborhoods. Fuck them, let them burn. We've been patient long enough. We've been patient enough. We've been non-violent enough. Has it saved any lives, you guys? Has it saved any lives? Just ask yourself that. And why would the violent overseer, why would the violent oppressor encourage the one that he's oppressing to stand up? Fight for yourself. Why would he encourage that? Don't be fucking fooled. And you know one of their biggest tactics that they've always used is disarming us and making us feel like they are on our side, right? The police. The police kneeling. The police giving us hugs. And when he said, this guy gives hugs. Oh, is that what they call choking a motherfucker to death? Oh, they're calling it a hug now. Now they're calling it a hug to disarm us. They're pulling at our heartstrings because they've been hearing us say, this is what we want. Walk with us. They're using our own shit against us. There's plenty of us out here that are still turning that and using it because we don't buy it. We don't trust it. Some of us older, over 40 Gen Xers and baby boomers, we've seen this shit before. So we're trying to warn you millennials and you Gen Zers, don't fall for this shit. We've seen it before. And we've seen them massacre groups of motherfuckers that they've disarmed and whose heartstrings they've gotten to. We've been patient enough. And we're the most impatient with ourselves. We won't try something 20 times. We'll give up after the second or even the first in most cases. So this is why patience is the topic today. We need to be patient with ourselves now more than any other time before. We are at the beginning of a revolution, a revolt. So we have to, along with doing our part to fight against this fucking government that we're trying to overthrow, these fucking overseers, these murdering piece of shit asshole white supremacists, and we have to be patient with ourselves, keep our motherfucking focus, and get our businesses in order, get our finances, our credit. Everyone that is living below the poverty line, all of the low to middle class incomes, all of those working class people that are on the wrong side of the tax cuts, that are on the wrong side of the tax breaks, all of us small business owners that didn't get any of the paycheck protection plan because they gave it to small businesses like the fucking LA Lakers and Ruth's Chris. This needs to be our focus and our priority. Because they consider the LA Lakers a small business. Because there's red tape and fine print that would make them consider Ruth's Chris a small business. But the real mom and pop small business that are sitting out there in front during these motherfucking protests and riots that have Black Lives Matters in the window to save their small business and keep them from getting rocks and bricks thrown through them and to keep them from getting set on fire, they didn't get any money from these paycheck protection plans and the small business loans. They didn't get any portion of that. We are out there for them, the peaceful protests and those out there looting and setting fires, because our patience have run out. And their patience have run out. But to protect their business, they understand which side they need to be on as a small business owner. So let me write Black Lives Matter in my window. Let me board up my window, making sure this Black Lives Matter sign is out here. Because I understand that Black Americans in this country are the direct descendants of the slaves that actually, with their own two hands, whips on their back, sweat and tears crying, pregnant, babies being stripped from them, are the descendants of the ones that built this railroad system, built these bridges that have been standing for 100 years and more. And they respect that because they also understand that they have had their own unfair treatment of dealing with these fucking tyrants. You see how it is a collective? But having the respect for the fact that it's Black lives and we're the ones that have been in this country born saying this shit since the 40s, the 50s, the 60s. Stop killing us. We are being nonviolent. Stop. It's been us saying that. It's been the indigenous people, and even the indigenous, the Indians, although they went back on their treaty, they do have the safety of being on reservation land that this Western jurisdiction has no rights on. We as Black Americans don't have any of that. So when you as a small business owner or as an ally, you say Black Lives Matter, you're saying you understand that these Black Americans that have been getting killed for 40 years of my 45 years on this earth, have been seen, witnessing, you're saying, I absolutely respect it and I agree with you. You are a human being. This is bullshit. This is our government. We were born on these lands. Your patience have run out. And so the impatience that they forced into us to have for ourselves, to give ourselves the most negative talk that anyone can give us, we talk to ourselves the most negative. So this is where we need to now put our patience onto ourselves and our fellow man. So now, from today forward, when you wake up tomorrow, and I mean this with everything in me, if you walk into a store that you know you saw Black Lives Matter, you be on your utmost respect in that fucking store. You thank them for being open because they are thanking you for your business. You appreciate them for standing up for humanity. You thank them for their humanity. These are the little courtesies that we need to bring back with one another. You need to be as 10x as you can with your humanity. Because these immoral fucking animals are 10x'd with their immorality. So this is why patience is a virtue. Because to know when you've exhibited enough of it in one spot, and to know when you need to put more of it into a different spot. Excuse me, y'all. That is the virtue in your humanity as a human being. To be able to see when, okay, I've been patient enough with these motherfuckers. I can't keep singing Kumbaya. Or okay, I've been very impatient with myself. I haven't allowed myself time to grow and learn my business. I haven't allowed myself time to learn my kid. I haven't allowed myself time to learn my husband, my wife, my spouse, my partner. It's time for me to be patient with the people that are in this fucking fight with me. And this is what we all need to understand. But I also understand and recognize that we need to see it. We need to see it. Because these tyrants are showing, they're on camera showing that they don't give a fuck about your cameras. In the 90s, when cell phones started coming out, and us Gen Xers and the older Gen Xers and the baby boomers can attest to this. They used to have some motherfucking shame to being on camera, which is why the body cams and the car cams had to come out, because they were denying what we were showing them with our cameras, or they were taking the shit from us. Now that the shit has been a decade, that they're accustomed to the cameras and the body cams and the car cams, now they don't even give a fuck, because through all that they weren't having any consequences. So now they have a crowd of people and a dozen cameras, different angles on them, and they still don't care. This is what we're up against, you guys. So please have patience with yourself and one another. Please do not keep sending out that same false narrative calling the looters thugs. No, those are citizens that have been profiled. Those are citizens that probably have been beat by the police, have been wrongfully profiled by the police, have been profiled by these businesses, have been motherfucking called niggers or called spics or whatever by these fucking businesses. These are people that have been treated inhumanely and their voices have not been heard. So don't keep repeating the bullshit that the media is sending out. And when you're out there, if you're out there, don't keep stopping them. We are all in the same fight. Because no matter what, it's still going to come down to look bad on black people until we actually overthrow this fucking country. It doesn't matter. Even if the police are the ones setting the fires, they're still going to put it on us. And now us is all of us that are out there. They're calling all of us thugs now. It doesn't matter if they only show brown skin on the media. Those of us that are out there, that are with our cameras, we're the ones showing all the white faces out there. We're the ones showing all the elders that are out there. We're the ones showing the motherfucking mixed that are out there. So you see, we have to be vigilant. We cannot get tired. Let's read what the dictionary has for patience one last time. It is the capacity to accept or tolerate delay, trouble, or suffering without getting angry or upset. Have we not done that for decades? Has Black Americans not done that for decades? We've been patient long enough. We've been patient enough. If anyone can tell me when one time our patience has saved our life, or not gotten us beat, or not gotten the dog sicked on us, or not gotten fucking fire hoses put on us. Please tell me one time when being patient and non-violent and non-threatening and docile and a fucking sheep has protected us. Somebody, anywhere around the world, give me and cite your source. Don't just come on here typing some shit. You have to cite your source. Tell me when and where. I need dates. I need names. I need to be able to go and read this for myself. Because if you can find it, it's something that I haven't read on my own. From being one who actively, as a teenager, I grew up a bookworm. I was always a bookworm. Yes, many of us are readers. Many of little black children are bookworms. Many of little black children grow up and have a library. I owned the entire Encyclopedia Britannica. That's what I owned as a teenager. My mother bought it for me. Yes. That was how she chose to prioritize some of her money. So when you come on here and you tell me, when us being docile, patient, non-violent has saved our life, tell me when and where. So you see, there's no time for that now. This is a whole revolt. The patience we need to exhibit now is for ourselves and one another. One another out there fighting with us. It doesn't matter if it's a group of white guys tearing up a bunch of police cars. Do you know how this works to our advantage? The police aren't going to come and fucking kill them. Let them tear them up. Give them the fucking match. Set those fucking cars on fire. That's 12 cars that will not be chasing us down or running us over in the middle of the fucking protest. Are you guys not seeing that they're running over protesters with these police cars? Are you not seeing that they're trampling over protesters with these fucking horses? So if you see a white person, God forbid, but hey, fuck PETA. These tyrants have the horses out there running over human beings. So if one of our white brothers and sisters who hate the police just as fucking much, and this fucking government just as much. If you see him do damage to that fucking horse, okay, maybe you'll have to make a choice. I can't tell you which choice to make. But when it comes to buildings versus a human life, fuck that car, fuck that metal, fuck that building. I honestly am going to stop there. When it comes to the horses, I don't know what I would do. I'm going to be honest with you. But one thing I do know is I put human lives at the top of the food chain. I personally put human lives at the top of the food chain. If I lose 55 subscribers after this episode, I need that 55 subscribers to make way for 55 more that need this encouragement, that need to see a face of humanity to say, oh shit, she fucking looked like me. And I don't mean in skin color. I mean in fight, in drive, in passion, in desire, in belief. Then I'm glad to lose those 55 motherfucking subscribers. I told you guys I've rebranded my channel to fit more aligned with my business. One thing I love about Ben and Jerry's, along with them having great ice cream, I love that they are always socially involved and they're always on the side of the people. And that is my brand. That is how I represent my brand. That is how I represent my personal brand, my clothing line, and my cosmetics brand. I am on the side of the people. The ones that have been oppressed, taken advantage of, and motherfucking overlooked. And me being a black woman, a direct descendant of slaves in this country, of course, my top priority is Black American people. That is my top number one priority. But considering that we are, in my opinion, and I think it's been proven, and I think we have proven it, are the most compassionate, humane human beings on the planet, me looking out for my people first automatically looks out for the entire whole of humanity. Period. So, you guys, be patient with yourselves. Enjoy the journey. Learn from your mistakes. Analyze your mistakes. Analyze all of your interactions. Be patient with one another. Please be patient with one another. If we didn't need it any other time, we need it now. We need to be patient with one another. We're all in this fight together. And when I'm saying all, I'm saying it like those all lives matter motherfuckers, with the exclusion of a whole group. So when I say we're all in it together, I'm talking about all of us that know we're in this fucking fight together. That's what I'm talking about. Those of us who are for Black Americans getting themselves armed and trained, because why aren't you already? You're not dealing with a government that ever cared about you. Ever. In the history of nevers. You guys are the ones that I am speaking to. Y'all are the discouraged. Y'all are the ones that are losing, motivation to keep going. Y'all are the reasons why I come on here every single day. Because I am y'all. I am you. I need this encouragement every day as a startup small business owner, as a Black woman, as a minority, as a woman, as a left-hander, as a motherfucking independent thinker. All all of these things just add to my being a minority. You see what I mean? And you guys are not any different. Some may have a little more money. Some may have their businesses a little more established. This is why I want to create the community of being able to help one another, because one of you guys watching this now or in the future has access to resources or information or a link that you can share with someone else that's trying to start a business on this or start a podcast, or even just words of encouragement. Maybe you started a podcast already, so you remember the nerves, so you know the right things to say to this person, your fellow subscriber to my channel, your fellow humanitarian, your fellow human being. That is why we're here. That is why I've created the Get Paid with Creative Nomad show. For the one that knows in their heart that they're better, they feel it, but they need help with the self-confidence. That is why I'm here. And this is the community that I am trying to create, that I want to build, that you guys are being a part of with each and every episode that you tune into. This is what you also want to be a part of. So, we are here now. So the patience that we're done with this fucking government, we now need to turn it on ourselves and get busy and stay busy and turn it towards one another. So realize this is a revolt and everyone is actively playing their part. If you're not out there in the streets and you're on social media making it be heard, along with correcting in person in the physical world, if someone says some foul shit in your presence, you are correcting them right there. You're calling them on the carpet right there. You're doing your part. Don't let anyone attack you for that. We stand with you. We have your back for that. This is all a part of the moving parts of this revolution that is just getting started. This is only the beginning, baby. This is only the beginning. So you guys, for those of you who watch, who subscribe to my channel, who've been following me since Hotel Honda, who have given me words of encouragement, who support me, you guys, I love you. I love the humanity in you. I love the graciousness in you. I love the courageousness in you. And just know that we are in this fucking fight together. And I'm going to keep airing. If I miss an episode because I'm out there, which I will definitely try my best not to, because we need this. We need the Get Paid with Creative Nomad show. We need this right now. So, if there's a day or days that I don't get out there in the field, just know that I'm still grinding it online. I'm still sending my message online. Because when I'm out there, any camera that comes in my face, I'm speaking to that camera. Because this is what I've been doing for the last 30 years. This is what I do. I go there. I speak out loud. I speak on social media. I speak in the physical world. This is just, I was born to do this and I was born to die for this. And now I've been thinking about it for 3 years since I moved to Arizona. I don't know if I ever mentioned it on my channel, but I started heavily looking into getting into the local position, office positions when I moved in Arizona. And I was looking in Chandler because my salon suite was going to be in Chandler. My business was going to be in Chandler. And I really am starting to feel like this is where I'm being called. I don't know where to start. I don't have any financial backing. You guys know my job, my W-2 was closed down, which greatly affected me continuing to grow my business, my brand. But I do feel like this is where I'm being called. So I'm going to continue it in Los Angeles. And yeah, we have to. This is also why when I go out there to protest, I make sure I keep myself out of jail because I'm still working my way and figuring out how and what and where, and maybe going to jail and having that platform, I don't know. But right now, as a Black American, I don't think it's safe for me because they're not giving us trials anymore. They're just killing us. So I don't think it's safe. And also, I want to acknowledge another division of the revolution, those that are going out there with water, with food, with medical kits, with first aid kits. I mean, I cut the shit out of my hand. Those going out there to do that, those are our medics. You know what I mean? And don't, because when I was out there, the ones that helped in passing out water, and I personally was helping keep those coming to the trunk orderly, because they were coming, again, adrenaline is rushing, so you guys, no judgment, be patient, be patient. But I was just telling them, they're here to help you guys. Ease up, ease up. So then I started passing out, because they're doing first aid kits here, they're passing out apples, oranges, and he put his camera down. So when it was all said and done, and he drives to the corner, he was like, fuck, someone stole my camera while I was helping. And I immediately just went to them, don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged. I understand, we have to. And then there was someone, a young woman. I want to say she was in the Gen Z, but she was a young woman, and she was, who the fuck? Nobody helped you? No one asked you to? No, that is not the attitude to take. They are in this fight with us. I don't give a shit that they're white. They are out here with us. They're out here saying Black Lives Matter. They're out here helping. You don't steal their fucking camera. And on their end, you don't look at Black people to say, y'all stole my camera. You don't now judge Black people to say, oh, those fucking thugs. No. Patience is required on all sides. We may lose our cell phones, it may get stolen. You may lose your camera, it may get stolen. Do not get discouraged. And especially for my white brothers and sisters, it will be easy for them to start a crowdfunding and get the money back and a better camera, and boom. You see what I'm saying? You see how we need to use patience to think and use all of technology for our benefit and our advantage. And this is how you can use your white skin privilege for good if you are really in it with the people. So do not be discouraged. If you are out there and the medic crew portion of the revolution is out there helping, do not fucking steal from them. Do not ransack their cars. Patience. Patience is required. If you notice it, make sure to call it out. Hey, you guys, don't do that. They're here helping. This is not a fucking store that profiles you. You're not going to run through their trunk. And when I said that, they all calmed down. I don't know who, but there was Black and white. So I have no idea who stole the camera. Because there was all of us coming to get water. There was Black and white. There was Mexican. There was you can't just automatically put it on the Black. We've been doing this for decades. Stop that shit. Stop that shit now. It was a white guy out there. It wasn't in LA. I don't know where it was. But he had a fucking bow and arrow. This motherfucker had a bow and arrow. And he's out there pointing and shooting it. Did you guys see that clip? When he goes in front of the camera, who did this? He's all bloody, beat the fuck out of him. 2 Black African American guys. Oh, really? I said all lives matter, then they beat me. Oh, really? As they showed the clip, because again, another one of us out there with their camera, Like I said, we, us, the people, are the true media. So they showed They were stopping him with that fucking bow and arrow. And it was a bunch of white dudes that beat the fuck out of him. It was a bunch of white dudes that beat the hell out of him. Why are you out here with a bow and arrow, my guy? I know every portion of this protest isn't peaceful, but even the looters and the ones setting fires to these fucking buildings are not attacking anyone. They're not shooting into the crowds. Patience, you guys. Be patient with one another. We're all in this together, and we are attacking from every angle because our voices have not been heard when we were just this one single peaceful protest. We were not being heard. We had the dogs sicked on us. So while they love to show the picture of MLK in the suits and them all marching, they don't show what they did right after they flashed those bows. They beat the fuck out of them. They sent them to jail. They sicked the dogs and the hoses on them. So all them suits was all fucked up. Be patient with one another. We are all fighting the same one enemy. And you are not it. I am not it. So, I will end this episode here. Right now, I want to read you guys' comments because I saw them coming in. I was not ignoring them. But I do realize that I can't read and stay on focus because I can't see shit. Hey, Miss Rhonda. Hey, Alexi. Hey, Miss Candace. Welcome, you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Everything went very successfully yesterday. Trump is he's never helped. He's never helped. Like he said, but he did say when the shooting starts, so I'm very proud to say, we were in Santa Monica yesterday. They were looting, but no one started shooting. Who the fuck is going to do that? You're the commander-in-chief of the United States of America, and you're telling the fucking military and the police that when the looting starts, the shooting starts to your own American people? You fucking idiot. Like, and this is what we're up against. This is why you need to have patience with everyone. Not everyone, those of us that are in this fight together. We gotta have patience with you guys, with one another, you guys. Because this fucking commander-in-chief is trying to kill us all. He's trying to kill us all. Yeah, that's crazy. He needs some Clorox. You have not? No, CNN, yes. They arrested them live on the air. What was his name? The black dude. They arrested all of them, but they started off arresting the reporter. He had his badge out, and it was out like this. So it's like he's got the microphone, he's got his badge in his hand like this. All of the other, the camera crew, the producer, they arrested the producer live on camera. And then when he asked, why am I being arrested? He said, I don't know. I'm just following orders. And this was all what the audio picked up. Now, see, I don't know. This is all going around social media. Like, I don't know if you had to have been watching CNN at the time when it happened, if they've removed all of that from actual CNN, but it is going around social media. It's going around Instagram. I'm sure it's on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. You can see the videos. I've shared the videos on my Instagram. And they were censoring my stories. They were cutting off vital pieces of my stories. Now, Instagram has it to where I cannot post anything to my stories. I've been blocked. I'm in Facebook jail for 30 days, but that's been for about a week now. But so now I'm sharing it all on my feed until they block me from doing that. So, like, this is life right now in the U.S. This is where we're. You have to see it. You have to see it. They arrested the CNN crew. No, it never protects. No, oh, being nonviolent and being fucking patient. Yeah, no. Mm-mm. Do you really? I feel it. I feel it. I feel that I should. I really do feel it. Um, so if anyone has any insight or help on how to start a campaign, please email me. Um, please give me as much information, as much of your knowledge as you have, because I've never done this before, but I'm being pulled in that direction. I'm being called in that direction, and I have to follow it. So, if you guys can help me, I would greatly appreciate it. I would greatly appreciate it. Um, we have to. If it's something that you think you're called into, we have to, the same way they whitewashed everything, we got to bring this shit back to Magnavox color, baby. We got to bring this shit back to 5K color and start giving the American people the fucking real, true facts. We have to start reporting the news. We have to start, when you're out there, this is, we are now history. We are the future. We're history. We're the ancestors. Like, it's us now. So, we got to do it. You guys, I love you so much. I love you so much. Now, I do want to explain, since I did get an email, um, I want to clarify that you said you do not want to be anonymous, so you don't mind your name being, and it being known that you are the one that sent the progress and accountability email. We got the first progress and accountability link in this chain. So here's the way it's going to work. I received the email, I've read it. So, as far as my end, I'm going to keep reading it, working, thinking about what I can do from my end, while this person, I would assume, works their plan for the week, works towards getting to what the email was, right? Step by step, little by little. And then on Friday, when we have the Peony celebration episode, that is when we'll discuss the progress that you made during the week on working toward your goals, the things that you put into the email. And I, as well, will then come with ideas that I have that I don't know if you thought about or not, but it'll be, this is how I'm thinking I would like this episode to go. This will be the first one, so of course, we're a community, we're a chain, and as we help one another, we're making our chain stronger. So that's, all this week is our week to work. You work on your plan, you work on the steps you need to take. I work on how we as a community can help on other avenues that, I can think about, because more heads are always better than one. So I'm super excited. I'm very excited. But I do acknowledge that I did receive the email. And if you want to email me and confirm that you are stating you do not want to be anonymous, I did read it a couple times. I just want to make sure it wasn't a typo and you were saying you do want to be anonymous, because it says you don't want to be anonymous. So I just want to be sure. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go now. You guys have a magnificent Monday. Stay strong, stay resilient, stay courageous, stay safe, and still, I don't know what the fuck happened with Corona, but still stay on the hand washing and the proper hygiene methods that you guys have already put in place. Keep those in place. I don't know where the fucking COVID just disappeared to, but we still have to do our part as productive citizens that we're the ones trying to benefit this fucking country and get these fucking racist KKK assholes out of here that's trying to kill us all. All right? So I love you guys. Email me. You just want to chat. I'm here. Stay strong. Keep up the good fight. And power to the people. Peace, you guys.